heat escape.
Get out of the heat. I know it. I do that too when I get in the car and it be so hot in here. I let the heat down. But we just shut up. I know that when he's driving, I need to shut my mouth because he knows he's fully got complete control of what to do. Thank you, Lord, for my grandson.
See how y'all looking.
And my grandson and my daughter. You my daughter, launcher, okay?
Take your word for it.
My other baby girl. You my baby girl.
How you been?
Who? Me? Good. I slept good last night. I got up and I try to get. I'm trying to get a pattern because I like to get up. The Lord always wake me up maybe about 3 or 4 o'clock, and I get up and I have my hour of prayer, right? So I said, okay, God, how are we gonna do this? Because when I get up, I usually get up about maybe like 3 or 4, and I have my prayer, then I get back in the bed. But see, now that I'm gonna have to be working, I said, okay, God, how are we gonna do this? I'm gonna have to get a pattern where when I get up, I'm gonna try to have it where I get up and have my hour of prayer, then I can get ready and go to work. God ain't gonna be able to get back in the bed. So that 3 o'clock is gonna, I have to stop because normally when I get up and I sit there, you can sit there right here, Chase.
I actually forgot about it.
Sit it right here. It'll go in there. There you go. That's what it's for. Anyway, I have to get a pattern to where it work with my time management, what I'm doing now. Since everything is changing and shifting. So that's what I want to do. Now you know why it's only 30 minutes? Because we close to the Jonesboro living here. And we're closer to the airport. The airport is only like 3 or 4 exits up once you get on the expressway. Yeah, so that's what, see, now I want to have I got on that bike that one today, been working, but I've been getting on it anyway, doing my little, it's tight, but I've been doing it, but that's what I want to do, and that's why I walked this whole neighborhood. When I started walking, I walked all the way up here to the front and all the way back, and I did it like twice, and I said, well, I'm finna give me a bike, because when it rains stuff, while I got a mind to do this, I want to keep it going.
Keep it.
So that's why, so that's why I'm buying a elliptical. So I ordered that one, and then to sit after it took you forever to get here, and then it got here and it sit there in the box for the waiting on the scheduled people to come out and put it together. Then she come out and put it together, and it's defective. And you know I was mad. Anyway, I said okay, because Papa was always talking about, well, why you paying all that for that anyway? He always go on Craigslist or offer up and find me what I'm looking for. So that's what we did. He went on there and I said, well, start finding me one. I'll get one. And then that's what I did. I went on the offer up, and that's where I got this one. Because they just as good, maybe $100 cheaper, but whatever. I can see it, they already put together. I have to worry about going through somebody putting it together and it coming and it don't work. And that was brand new. And it didn't work because she had it put together right, but then it didn't light up and stuff. So the monitor, whatever it wasn't working. It's good.
What has been your most exciting thing so far for this year? What is one of the most exciting things that you came across for this year?
Moving back to Atlanta.
How has that been for you? Have you been excited?
Wonderful. Everything that God has blessed, everything to flow perfectly. You know, I like being back. I just feel better here. Yes, I do. And everything, the Lord has opened up. He made it, but I had to pray and wait for Him to open up the door for everything in the household. Well, we still own it, but we selling it to this lady that's living in it. She's renting it to buy it. So technically, we still the owners of it. And when we got here, everything, we didn't find the house as quick as we thought we should, but God had that plan too, because it was meant for us to spend the time. We stayed with Shauna at first, and then we were there for like 2 weeks. Then we moved my niece, Keisha, the one to call you. She just went through a divorce, and she had 4 kids, and God wanted us to be over there in that environment for them and for us. Oklahoma going through so much rejection and stuff. We needed to be around people that showed us love. We needed it, you know. That's why it was important to me. And since we've been back here, since I've been here, I've got 5 referrals from Oklahoma. People want me to sell them a house, but since I'm not there, I'm still licensed in Oklahoma. So I referred 5 clients to other agents there, my friend, and I've got referral. I can get a referral bonus, but I can't get no commission.
That still works.
So I said, yeah. So I was like, well, God, wait a minute, I'm here. I had 2 of them that was already in pocket. I referred it to, and then I had this other client that I sold a house to 2-3 years ago. This white couple. They called, Miss Mary, we know you in Atlanta, but we read about. I said, well, listen. So I've been referring them to this one girl. And so she's a black girl. She worked at the same real estate office I did in Tulsa. And then just probably about 3 weeks ago, got another call from this girl that
business booming.
Yes, it is. But since I've been here, I got like my first listing was with this lady that I bought my furniture from. I went to her house for furniture. Anyway, God made it so I ended up listing her house and selling it, right? And then I had like 5 clients, but because the market is so heavy here, where like if we find a house that's in their price range, we go look at that house, it's like 20 people after the same house. Right. So resale houses is not good. If a person is buying a house, they need it. If they're not buying a new construction, it's hard to get them a house. So I had 5 clients approved, and like all 5 of them fell off. But I failed. Did I tell you that I failed? Did I tell you I failed? Showing houses? I didn't tell you.
How you do that?
I was showing this one house, Keisha, your cousin. Yeah, she's your cousin. Anyway, we were coming out, and this house had this long sidewalk. And
you did tell me.
Did I tell you?
It was.
Yeah, and I had to go get a brain MRI and everything because I bumped my head. I didn't realize I had bumped my head. But anyway, I was off for like when that happened. Before that happened, I was staying up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, putting in offers, you know, and I had trying to service these clients, and I was going out showing out. I was just running, right? But when that happened, everything just stopped because number one, both my knees was hurt because I went to extended care and I came home with a brace on this knee, and I had sprung my right wrist, so I couldn't type on the computer. Anyway, I felt weird. I didn't know I had bumped my head till that next morning, and I was talking on a business call, and I couldn't get my talk. I could think it, but it wasn't coming out right. I was stuttering and everything. I'm like, what in the world? Anyway, I ended up going to the doctor, and they did a brain scan, and they said everything was all right, but I had a concussion. That's what happened. But all that to say, I had like 4 clients in the pocket, and all of them, for whatever reason, they dropped off. And so that made me have to just stop and rest, because when it happened, the Lord told me, you need to rest. So I wasn't. So he made it where I had to, because I couldn't. I was dragging his leg, and I just needed to rest, and I did. But while I did, I just kind of, I said, well, Lord, I really I wanted to do something else, because real estate is good, but it's just too much up and down. Because I can show houses all day long. Till we get to the closing table, I ain't getting no money, you know. So I had all those clients, but then none of them went to the closing table. So that means I didn't get no check. I've only had 2 actually closing since I've been here, and there was the one lady's house that I sold, and then I sold my own house. I mean, I was the agent for my own house, for a house. So that was it. So I said I wanted a job, but I wanted to stay in the real estate where I can make some consistent money. You know, we get paid once a week, every 2 weeks or something. But I wanted to stay in the real estate field, so I wanted to be a property manager. I didn't even know what that exists of, but now I know. So this job, the Lord just let it fall right in my lap, because I was at the car place to get my car fixed. And I met this lady. We were both of us sitting in there, and she looked you know, real classy. Like she was on the laptop, and every time I go out, I always have my cards and give them to somebody. You know, if I'm in contact with them. And something told me she was a realtor, but I said, I'm gonna take my chances anyway. I said, hey, do you own your own home? She said, yeah. She said, I'm a realtor. I said, well, I'm good. Anyway, we started conversation, but see, God had it set up because I had went there the day before, but they told me they couldn't take me. They had to make me an appointment for the next day. My appointment was for the next day at 1 o'clock, and that's when I went, and then she was there. So God had it set up because she's the one that told me about this. We were sitting there talking, and I was just telling her, I said, you know, I'm thinking about, I want to get back out in the marketplace and get a job, you know, go back to work, but I want to stay in the real estate. So all the time we was talking, she was on her phone, right, texting. She a big time realtor. I mean, she's a broker. Matter of fact, she was a broker, and then she said, you know what? She said, this job, because she works there, she's a property manager for this company. She said, you'd be perfect for this. She was just typing, right? I'm like, okay, God, you know, I wasn't expecting that. So anyway, she said, well, I'm to meet, she was meeting with the girl, a human resources person, for brunch the next day. I said, okay. So she said, listen, I said, well, okay, tonight when I go home, I'll just send you my resume, like that. She said, okay, good. So we left. So that evening, she called me. She said, hey, Mary, she said, how about, would you like to meet with us tomorrow for brunch with me, you know, and the human resource lady and then some more of her friends, right? So I said, sure. So I did. I met them. They met up at a hookah bar. It was a hookah bar restaurant.
Did you like that bar?
Wait a minute. It was okay, but wait a minute. We got there because we were outside. But as her friends come, they came up one at a time. And one of them, they didn't like it. You know, they didn't like it because the girls that was there, they didn't like the atmosphere or whatever. So we took the whole party to a Vietnamese restaurant in Buckhead. You know, Buckhead is money place. Okay. Here in Atlanta. Buckhead, you tell somebody, you talk about Buckhead, that's how $1 get caught. You sitting there waiting to get somebody. Anyway, we went from the hookah bar restaurant to this Vietnamese restaurant, real upscale in Buckhead, right? And it was really good. Like, I think it like cost $35 for whatever, however they order is $35 a piece, whatever. Anyway, it was good. It was really good. So we met, and that was it. And I took my resume, and I have like 5 letters of recommendation from my job, air gas. Anyway, took that. So the girl that works in human resources, she wasn't there. She told me that she's not gonna be here, but the other girl, which was her assistant, was there. So I was able to meet her 5 friends. They all bougie, you know, all bougie. One of them was a school teacher. Other one, they all got high class job, $1 job, you know. But they were really nice, and I fit right in because I'm just myself, you know. And it was good. So from there, 2 days later, got an email from the human resources said that they have my resume and they would I like to come in for an interview, blah, blah, blah. I went in, interviewed with her and the other supervisor, and they didn't even know how to interview me. It was really weird because I went in, they had my stuff, my letters of recommendation, my resume, and they said, what do you want? What can you tell us? It was like God just had it set up, you know. I didn't feel like I was trying to impress them or nothing because my resume spoke for itself, you know. And then I sit there, we were there for I was there for 2 hours. And then it was a wrap. And she told me, she said, well, you know what? I'll be calling you Friday. And she said, and just let you know and everything. She said, and the job will start in like 2 weeks. And the only reason is because they were filling some other positions, and they want everybody to start at the same time. So anyway, I got my letter. She emailed me that Friday and gave me the offered me the job, and told me when my start date was. And I'm like, okay. So I accepted, and I went to my drug test and everything. So I started on the 11th. And the reason it's the middle of the week is because it's the beginning of their pay period. Yeah, because they get paid every other week. So I said, good. So I said, okay, God, now he just set that up. But see, I had to be, that's why I live my life. I asked the Lord to order my steps. had I not been in the right place and been at the where I should have been, you know, by the leading of the Lord, I went to get my car fixed, but God had it set up for me because I had been saying, oh Lord, I want to go back to work. But, you know, I started to put in the resumes and stuff, but I didn't have to because he had that girl sitting right there. She was the one to get me right in the door, you know, and she referred me. And I told her, I said, well, you know what? She said, I don't refer people unless I feel like, you know.
So
but
she points you in the right direction.
Yeah, she referred me, and that's what got me in. But I said, I thank you. I said, I thank you because I told her, I said, you know, I'm not real religious, but I am spiritual, and I believe that everything happened. God put people in your path where they supposed to be. And she responded, she said, I am too, you know. So that's how God works. Even the girl in human resources, the Lord, because I'm just myself. I let you know who I am, this is who you are, and I can be that. I don't go up in there carrying my Bible. I'm not radical, but I am true to who I am. You know, I'm very spiritual, but I believe that God does things and put you where you're supposed to be on purpose. And that's what the human resource girl, she responded. She said, you know what? She said, I worked here and I left, but I prayed about it. So that opened up the door for her to, you know, to be herself. And I said, okay, so I'm excited. Because God is doing, he's giving me exactly, because when I made up my mind to move back here, we prayed about it until it was time. God made that happen. And I said, Lord, when I go back to Atlanta, I want to go back to work, you know. But I don't want to be on no stressful job. And I want to stay with something in real estate. And that's what this company is. It's a property management company. They have brokerage and everything. But I'm not going to be selling. I'm going to be working on in office, you know. And I'm going to start now. I had a choice to be customer service or either come in as a property manager. Since I'm licensed, you have to be licensed to be a property manager. So I told him, I said, well, let me just start out as a customer service because I want to learn their process. And then I can change over to a property manager anytime. But I wanted to start, let me just start out there because they said, well, which one? I said, well, I just rather start out in customer service because the customer service people, they support the property managers. So I want to know the whole process. So that's what I am. So I went one day last week to this girl that referred me. I went up to her property and she took me over the system, show me what the system they work on and everything, kind of give me some pre-training before I go to the job. So I like that. And then she gave me some webinars on YouTube for me to look at, so that'll kind of help give me heads up, so when I go start the job I know what to expect. So God just been working. That's what you call favor. When you work in God's favor, he does things in the natural like that, you know. And I'm excited.
I got a question.
Yes.
I understand I get my hustle from you, but where did you get your hustle from? Like who? My
mama. Cause your great grandmama. Cause my mama, she was might as well say single parent, and she worked. All I see, that's why I'm so independent. And because I see my mama do everything, because there was only 3 of us left at home. Me, Aunt Clyde, and Aunt Edna. Aunt Edna passed away. I don't know if did you ever meet Aunt Edna?
I don't think so.
Anyway, it's her daughter that's coming up tomorrow. Okay. Her cousin, and her mama. We was only 3 left at home, right? And I watched my mama, we didn't have no car, so we walked to the laundromat. Everything that my mama did, everything. So I watched her be independent. She worked on jobs where she walked to work. She washed dishes for a living. She washed dishes and she cooked. But I watched my mama walk to work and go and wash it. And she always seen that we had what we needed. She did it, because that's all we had. So that's where I got my drive from. You got it from me.
Yeah, because I was just wondering, because I know, like, I understand that I have a drive of I can't sit down.
Yep.
Even when I'm at peace, I feel like I should still be
moving. Yeah.
But it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I know. Because that's in you. That's in you, and I'm the same way. And that's why retired, that ain't about me. I can't, like, I could be at home and I can sleep. You know, I'm retired because I get retirement check. You know, I get for when I work, but I can't do that. I can't. I said, I'm 68 years old, and that's why I tell people, I said, look, I done been retired now. I'm refired. I'm ready to go back to work. You know, and I got too much energy to be sitting at home. You know, I can stay home. Nah, but I just got, and that's why I want a job where that keeps my brain functioning. You know, when I got something to think about. And the real estate is good, but it is nothing to it. All I'm doing is showing houses, opening up the key, and then the paperwork comes in when I gotta process that paperwork, and that's it. I need something to keep. I function better when I got a lot to do.
Yes,
multitask. You know what I mean?
I guess you're comfortable.
So that's why I wanted to go back. I got too much energy to be, and I can contribute.
Okay.
And that's what they said. And the young girl, she said, I welcome that wisdom. You could teach me, show me. I said, well, I'd be glad to, because I was asking some questions about how does this operate. I was able to give her some information right there at the interview about how you know, with customer service, how did this, or do you have a set platform? And she said no, but she said I'm looking forward to you helping me. Now this is the supervisor now, and I'm just an employee coming in, but I know that God is sending me there, because that's what I said, Lord, I want to be where you want me to be, and see where He can get the glory out of me being wherever I am, and the natural side of what I have can contribute to a company. Then I get the benefit of making my good money, and it pays good. I started out with almost $50,000, right?
Good.
And then they got good benefits, and it's a good company. And then when I transfer over to being a property manager, my salary go up, maybe to 75. I don't know, but it'll be more than what I'm making in this. But I'm grateful, because I said, Lord, God just give me exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted something I like doing, and it wouldn't be so stressful in an environment. I like the way I felt in that environment. Real nice office building, and it ain't a lot of people in it. And I'm like self-sustained. I ain't gotta be working with nobody on my back, you know, ride me. So with that being said, and then like now, going back out into the work field, I'm working because by choice, not by force. See, it's a difference when you gotta know I gotta get up, go to work, you know, because I gotta pay my bills. I gotta work. I don't have to work now. So my mindset and the stress of going to work, I don't have that, because I want to work. You know, I'm coming to work because I want to come to work. So you gonna get 125% of me, where normally if I was working because I had to, I'm gonna give you 110, but I'm working because I want to. Now you gonna get a whole bunch, you know, because I'm not stressed. I don't have to feel like, okay, I gotta put up with this crap to go on because I need my job. It ain't like that, because I'm here because I want to be. I ain't here because I have to be, you know. But I still try to give my very best of whatever I'm doing, you know. But it's just my mindset. I had to get this mindset for me to go back out into the world. And then I thank God, because He's giving me my health and strength. It's like I feel like I'm 25 again, boy. I thank God that I got the wisdom of my 68-year-old, but my body and my strength, you know, and everybody tell me I don't look like I am, but I am. And I feel the aches and pains sometimes. I got arthritis in this knee, but I ain't broke down. I ain't your average 68-year-old woman, and I don't want to be that. And that's why I said, I told her about, I said, I'm getting up. I can give into that laying in bed. I'm retired, you know, because I can go to sleep and take a nap all day. I don't want to do that. I want to be up moving. And then I like being around people. My thing is, I said, Lord, I want to go back out in the world and let this light shine, because there's too many souls to be won, you know, and I got to be around them for them to see the light of God, so they can see, you know, and be exposed to Him. So that's my number one choice. That's why I said, Lord, I want to be where you want me to be. Because I had applied for this other job working for this place where they sell jets, and they buy them and they sell them, and it started out like $75,000 to $100,000 a year. I'm like, oh Lord, I want this job. I got this, and they wanted somebody with 15 to 20 years experience. So I sent a resume for that. I'm like, oh my God. I said, Lord, I want that one, but this one that came in the pocket too. So there were two that I applied for. So I said, okay, God, whichever one you want me to be in, that's one that called me. So this one did.
I know this is off subject, but you just said this came in the pocket. What is another one of those cliche phrases that you used to use as when you was younger? Like, what are some other phrases?
Talking about it came in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Just dropped and came across my path. That's it. It came across my path. That's what it did, and it did. But I you know how I am. I look at everything. God works everything. I call it favor. God will order your steps. The steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord, and that's why I feel like what's for me and what God's. This is something I say now.
Remember that at luncheon?
What?
What's for me is for me.
Oh, yeah.
What's for you?
I said that yesterday.
This is my thing. This is what I say now. I say, Lord, I'm chasing my purpose, not the paper. Okay? Because if you chase purpose, what God has purpose for your life, the paper meaning money. Okay? I don't chase money. I don't chase after, okay, how can I make it out? No. I say, Lord, what is your purpose for my life? And whatever your purpose is, God's perfect purpose for your life, if you trust him and pray and ask him, he'll direct you and he'll put you right where you need to be. That's why he did it. His purpose was for me to come to this place. That's why he sent me to Firestone to get my car fixed. I went the day before and they told me they was too busy. I had to come back the next day. See, it was God's purpose for me to be there at 1 o'clock to meet this young lady. Okay? Because I was designed to go back to work, and the kind of job that I desired to have, God knew that this young lady would be the one to be in place to refer me to where I went. That's in his purpose. See what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I believe it. So chase purpose, not paper. And whatever God has for you is going to come to you. Okay? And so I said, Lord, I want to work on the job where I need my money. I need some money rather than once a month. We get Social Security once a month. I said, Lord, I want to check. I want to pay. I want increase to come to my household. I want increase. I want an increase in my income. So how am I going to get it? I ain't going to get it sitting on my butt trying to think it's going to come to me. When you make a step and move towards your purpose, then God will open up the door and give you favor. He'll open up that door, but you got to be in motion going through it. You don't just sit still and say, God, let's see, Chase, I'd like it to come up with both of them, so when the scam kind come up, I don't have to answer it. I could just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Get both of them. But anyway, but that's what you do. When the way God works, he said, faith coming by hearing, and hearing coming by the word of God. But in order to activate your faith, you have to be in motion. You don't just sit back and wait for something to happen. You start moving. They get on the road. Scam. See, I get 50 of these a day.
Next time answering, be like, how can I help you?
I do that, and then they say when they start talking about they trying to sell me either some more Medicare, or they trying to sell me a warranty to the car, or they trying to sell me some insurance, and I tell you, look, will you please lose my number? But they don't. Then they hang up because they being recorded, and then when you tell them to lose your number, they hang up before you can get through. So when it shows up, it's a scam. I just don't answer it. But life is all about. If you be patient, and I noticed
something.
What?
Last time we talked, you said you was gonna go with a different style of eyelashes. What's that style that you have now?
I just went to a different eyelash person. Why?
It was.
Is it different than what you saw me last?
Yeah, I remember you said you didn't like it, but I can't remember what it was.
No, I don't like when they real wide apart. When they spaced out and look like spider web, I like them more natural, like they are. This lady I found to do them.
Yeah, that is
she do them like the one in Oklahoma, and the first one I didn't like them because I don't like them when they spaced out. I like them when I don't like them thick. You know, when you see somebody, you see the lashes before you see them. I don't like that. That ain't natural.
What does your self-care day look like to you?
My what?
Self-care day. How do you pamper yourself? What do you like? What do you like to do? Okay.
That's it. I live by prayer. I can't make it without it. And that's how I start my day, with that. And when I do, You start your day by praying and acknowledging God, then it's smooth. And I like to say this. This is what I say. The rest of my life is the best of my life. The best of my life is the rest of my life. Everything I touch turns to gold. I thank God for spiritual understanding and wisdom and knowledge. And I thank God for supernatural favor. And that's how I start my day. And then I speak this, quote that scripture say, the Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious toward us. The Lord lift up his constant countenance upon us and give thee peace. And that's a scripture that you quoted every day. The Jews pray that prayer over their kids every day. That's why they so wealthy and prosperous, and you will be too. It's a blessing. They pray that blessing over you. The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious toward us. The Lord lift up his countenance upon us and give thee peace.
May you call him and ask, is it okay if we park in his yard?
Let me see. You're probably gonna have to pull up in his. Is this it?
It's right there.
Where?
Right here, honey.
Where?
It's on the 1270. Come on. Where you at? It's 1285 for Hills. Oh, 1275 right here.
Right here? Okay.
This truck.
You want me to ask him what?
If we can park in his yard. I mean, his grass. I mean, his driveway.
Okay.
You gonna say no for sure?
Wait, they gonna make it. Hey, Chris. We here. Is it okay if he back up on the driveway? Okay, yeah.
He said okay.
Yeah. Won't that make it up high though?
It will, but it definitely will help.
Okay. So to answer your question, that's how I start my day. Every day.
That's how you pepper yourself?
That's how I do. That's how that's the sauce to life, is acknowledging God for each day and then let him direct your path through the rest of the day. And he usually does. And if I try to get in a hurry and just doing what you think you should do, then if I run into any difficulty, because life brings on difficulties, ain't nothing gonna go smooth all the time, but it just helps me get through my day a lot better through whatever difficulties that you run into every day. If you pray and acknowledge God each day and be thankful for every day, it'll make it a lot more smoother.
I wonder if that one got wheels.
What? I'm sure it do. I hope it do. Don't you think that you would?
I'm gonna park on the side.
Yeah, because I think being flat down would make it roll it out, and then when you pick it up and put it on there, better. Because by that being inclined, that make it more harder. More harder. These some nice houses, but I bet they cost a lot.
Yeah, they said they range from $200.
I didn't know we was that close to Jonesboro.
Take them back roads. Them back roads gonna get you right.
Yeah.